Hey guys, what's up? It's Naomi the Crafty Savage here, and I'm back for this week's Wip Chat. If you're new to diamond painting, WIP stands for work in progress, not we're gonna whip somebody. We are crafting here, people. Get your minds out the gutter. Jeez Louise. And chat is, I'm just gonna run my mouth, tell you all about my day. But before we get started, how are you? My mama would be so upset about my manners if I didn't ask that. And believe me, she watches. I would hear it. I bet you. But yeah, so how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing fabulous. Right now in the lovely state of Florida, we are having like a thunderstorm. So I apologize, if you hear that outside. I do also want to apologize about last week's video. The speaker and I guess microphone on my phone is going, and I didn't realize it. I thought like my ears were just clogged and the AC, and there was like stuff whipping around outside last week. And then the weekend came and I was like, yeah, no, something's up with this. So I got to go to AT&T, and I guess get a new phone, even though I got this phone last year, like a year ago. Yeah, crazy. I don't get it. Before we get started, just a small little plug. I am an affiliate with Treasure Studios Arts. If you use the code Naomi15, that's NAOMI15, on any order over $40, you will save yourself 15%. And I mean, who doesn't like saving money? I mean, this girl right here. We're all about, saving that money, honey. So, okay. I will be using you guys can't see because of this dang storm. It's really dark and cloudy outside. I'll be using my Amazon, like beach seashell, I don't know, pen. I got it at Amazon. My handy dandy Munimade tray. The Coverminder I'm using comes from Oh Snap Crafters Cafe. I will have her link down below. I don't know, I might switch between these two pens. This is a gift from Miss Bev B. This comes from Chroma Diamond Art. I don't know. I've noticed that I usually have these three pens here lately, and usually I pick up one and I leave it, but but I'll make sure I'll have everything linked down in the description box down below. I do have, I'm pulling stuff all over. I am working on Manatee by Joy Eaton. This comes from Uniquely Yours Down Under. Like, look at them, look, cute floaty potatoes. Excuse my naked nails. I gotta do them, it is what it is. Well, I got naked nails. Woo! Go run, tell everybody. I don't care. But yes, so I have the painting upside down, and as you can see, like I'm kind of like this middle part. So there's a release paper here. So I think I'm gonna, do this side, and I'll get like just a little tiny bit of the floaty potatoes, snout. And I gotta do this side, and I'm saving this spot because I'm hitting the floaty potatoes face. So yeah, I'm about like right around, I guess, this area around here. Anywho, you're like, yeah, Naomi, I don't care. Just tell me about your week. So, about my week. Let me find this color. SSS. Alrighty. So, let me see. Let's start off. So, last week, guys, I'm like, I'm over life. That's kind of where I am at. Like, I'm just, I don't know. I was talking to my one friend, and I was telling her, I was like, I just feel like I'm always negative, and I'm like, I can't I can't stand it. I'm like, I don't like being a negative person. I don't like being a mean person. Usually, you know, I try to put myself in other people's position, like, and here lately, like, I'm just like, you know, like, I need to do something because it's not good. But so last Thursday, you know, obviously I go to work and I don't know what was wrong with me, but I mean, like, I honestly, almost just like last week, I just feel like I've like not like messing up like major, like nothing like that, like nothing to do with taxes or something stupid, but I have so much coming at me that I'm like, you need to stop. Like, people, just stop. Please just stop. So like last Thursday, like, I got a little bonus from work, so that was nice. What was it? Oh, so when I was doing the bonuses, right? Like, and this is what I'm talking about, that like I messed up. So like, I'm doing the bonuses, and because it's an unscheduled, you know, payroll type of thing, I have to click on everybody's name that's, you know, getting, you know, a bonus. And I thought I clicked on everybody's name. Apparently not. So I, you know, do the bonus, I run the checks, and I run the reports for the, you know, I do the checks, and I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, somebody's missing. And I realize I missed the one guy. So I have to quick go in there, you know, quick do his bonus check. Like I said, like, it wasn't that bad, but then I go and I run the report, you know, for like the taxes that have to be paid on it and the taxes that were taken out and all that good macaroni and cheese business. And I didn't add up, so like, it prints out a report and it has everyone's name, you know, and like what they make and what all gets, you know, taken out of their taxes. But it's a couple pages. Well, I know the total, like where it's got everybody's lined up. That's what I need to like add everything up and figure out, you know, what needs to be paid. I added up the wrong freaking total. I added up the one employee's total, right? So I'm like, okay, and I even remember thinking, I'm like, wow, that's kind of low, you know. And I'm like, oh, well, Naomi, you know, it's not like you did a normal payroll. And I'm like, okay, and I still thought it was low, you know. So I go onto the EFTPS website to go pay the taxes. I pay them. And then I realize, and then I go into QuickBooks, you know, to take the taxes out of QuickBooks. And I realize, I'm like, just the federal taxes is like $600 more than what the total was. And that's what I realized what I did. So I had to, I don't know if you guys can hear that thunder outside, but yeah, it's bad. I had to quickly log back in, cancel that payment, put the correct payment in. Like, it's, thank goodness you have, I think it's like 48 hours that you can cancel the payment. So, but it just, I don't usually make mistakes like that, and like that many in a row. Yeah. So then let's see. Oh, and then, you know, if that wasn't enough, you know what I mean? Like, okay, your Monday just kind of started off crappy. Yeah, no, if that wasn't enough, right? On a check, I put the wrong amount. So I realized it, you know, and I fixed that, and that's when I decided that, you know what, like, I need to plan my vacation. I need to just get away. Like, I'm done, right? Last Monday, I also started this, like, and probably not saying it right. I might be, I don't know. I always say it differently every time. This like Aussie berry cleanse. And I've done it before, you know what I mean? And it works great. It really, it cleans you out, guys. It freaking cleans you out like nobody's business. And I forgot, like, a good Lord, like, I forgot just, like, how well it cleans you out. Like, especially, like, in the very beginning, like, it's a 2-week cleanse. And, I mean, it's, like, one of them, like, where you're just sitting there, and then, like, all of a sudden, you know, you get that, like, weird rumbling, you know, like, pain in your belly and your butthole, like, you have to like, squeeze your freaking butt cheeks and go running, because you're like, oh no, right? Well, that's what's happening. I'm sitting there, you know, and you take 2 pills and you drink 8 ounces of water in the morning, and then, you know, you take 2 pills and you drink 8 ounces of water before you go to bed at night. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm at work, you know, and I just did the two pills in the morning, and all of a sudden it hits me, and I'm like, thank goodness I work at home, okay? But it was like, I was praying that, you know, I could get my pants down and have my cheeks hit the seat before I just, like, spray painted the freaking bathroom. Like, that's how good it works. So yeah, it's one of them that it cleanses. It cleanses something. Whew. It's, yeah. So it's I'm doing a lot better now. Like I said, the first couple days, they're rough. I haven't done this cleanse in a couple years. So yeah, I forgot. But it definitely works and helps shrink, you know, your midsection down. There's a reason for it. You'd be amazed at, you know, what stays up in your gut. And you're like, how is that even possible? I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's a little scary. But, you know, I will make it. And then on Friday, I ran to the bank. And if you think, you know, like Thursday was bad, So I run to the bank. I go and I pull into the parking lot, and I'm on the phone with my boss, you know, and I'm just rattled, and, you know, there's things going on that I'm dealing with. And I realize I forgot the subs check sitting on my desk. So I grab my purse, my keys, I'm on the phone, I walk out the door, drive all the way to the bank to realize I forgot this man's freaking check. So I had to turn around, I go home, I go back to the bank, I deposit, you know, his check. I have to get a money order, you know, and I go get this freaking money order, and I drop it off. And yeah, and then, you know, after Tuesday, because like I said, Monday I was like, you know, I need to really plan my vacation, and yeah, Tuesday I was like, no, like it needs to happen. I texted my sister-in-law, and I was like, hey, you doing anything for Demon Seed's 40th birthday? I'm like, cause I need to get out of Florida, like, just go. And she was like, well, you know, she's like, I don't think we're gonna do anything big, you know, blah 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 blah. So I am officially heading up to Pennsylvania for one of my baby brothers. I call him Demon Seed. 40th birthday. I'm excited. I'm finally going to meet my niece. I'm going to go see my 2 best friends. I mean, I even have it planned where, like, I've already talked to my one cousin, and I'm bringing checks from, you know, the company here, because I can access the QuickBooks there, because I log into that server in Pennsylvania to do my work in Florida. And I asked him, you know, because I usually try to plan my vacations around, because Mondays we get paid and I'm the one who does the payroll. So if I'm not here, we're not getting paid, and it's not other people aren't getting paid. I'm not getting paid either, right? So yeah, we can't have that. So, yeah, like I called my cousin and I was like, do you mind if, like I just ran to the office and used the computer for, I don't know, about like 20 minutes, half an hour, just to cut the payroll checks, quick, pay the taxes. And then, that's it. Like everything else that I do on Monday can wait till I get back. But I'm like, then I was like, I'm going to run to the bank and, then start heading back, driving to Florida. Because honestly, like, I would rather, when I do this drive, I would rather, like when I'm driving, drive on a weekday than a weekend. Because I just feel like there's more people on the roads on the weekends. Now, the only thing with leaving on Monday, I usually leave at night. Because I like driving at night. I like driving with the truckers and then pulling over in the morning, sleeping a little bit, and then finish it off. But I can't I still have more vacation time, but I plan on using that probably about like September, October. But yeah, so I'm so excited. Like I said, I'm staying at my brother's house for a couple days. I've already talked to my one best friend. Well, I've talked to both of my best friends. The one, I'm going to stay at her house for a couple days, and I'm going to see, as long as she's cool with it, and I don't see why she wouldn't, recording some of our shenanigans, because, it's freaking hysterical. Like, just the shit we get ourselves into. Like, we're just, I miss her. Like, that, I think that's what I need. I just need like my happy laughter meter just refilled, you know what I mean? Just my carefree, just be goofy, silly laugher. I don't even know what a laugher is, but I just made it up, guys. Feel free to use that word. My laughing meter, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And we just do stupid stuff and laugh so hard. It's just, yeah, I do. So yeah, so I'm excited. So, that week I probably will not have a Wip Chat. I'll probably be like MIA for a week. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure something out. It's still almost like a month away. So I'm not, we'll see as it gets closer. I'll figure it out. I'm not going to stress out over it now. I've already talked to my one uncle, and he is going to watch Mr. Roscarooney. I just hope Roscarooney stays off the bed, because they don't like animals on the bed, and Roscoe is, I'm pretty sure I've posted it on Instagram where you can see he is a bed hog. He is just a straight up bed hog. Yeah, so I know they watched him when I went to Hawaii, and when I got back, my uncle asked me, he was like, so do you let him on your bed at night? And I'm like, oh yeah, like he's even got his own line of pillows. And I think maybe that might be the problem, because I have my bed set up differently, where I used to have it like long ways along a wall, and I'd had pillows lined up, and that was like Roscoe's side. And now I don't have that, and he just takes up the whole dang bed. And if I ask him to cuddle, most dogs are like, oh yeah, I'll give you my face. No, not him. He's like, here's my butt. Like, let me give you some pink eye. I love him. I wouldn't trade him for the world. But some days, I tell you, I'm like, I wonder about him. Like, I'll give him kisses, and I kid you not, he wipes them off. Like, he's so rude. He's just a typical boy. Let's see, and then Saturday, I woke up around like 10:30, 11 a.m. I know, right? Like, that's early for me on a Saturday. I am proud of myself. Like, go me. And I was even up kind of late on Saturday. Now, I was like watching Ruby's live, and I wound up falling asleep during it because I think just everything just caught up to me. And yeah, because I woke up and Ruby was not on, and the last thing I remember was Ruby was on, and then she wasn't. So, but while I was awake, she was at one point she showed these earrings that she was going to be like putting in her shop, and she was like, I'm gonna be dropping them like 11, which 11 her time is 12 o'clock my time because I'm Eastern. So, you know what I mean? I was like, okay. So, when I woke up, I was like, yes, because my alarm will go off. And most of the time, like, I'll hear it and just turn it off. Or I'll hit snooze, and then it gets to the point where I don't hear it anymore. Or I, like, with my alarm, I have it set where, like, it goes off and it sounds like a nuclear bomb raid siren. Like, it's loud and annoying. And the only way to get it to stop is you either hit snooze, or I have it set where I have to solve 3 math problems for it, and I have to get the math problems correct for it to stop. Yeah, but I mean, it works. It gets me out of bed. And so anyway, that's totally off the subject. So I got up and I head over to Etsy, and I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, pie hasn't happened yet. And I'm refreshing, and I'm like, I'm stuck in freaking Etsy, because I'm like, there was these one pair of earrings that she showed that I was like, oh my gosh, like I want them. They're like the denim shorts, and they had the rose on them. Yeah. So it was like a couple hours went by, and finally I was like, I'm just going to text her. And I was like, hey, did you do that? And did it like sell out? Did I like miss it? And she's like, no, I overslept. She's like, I'm going to post to Instagram, like once it uploads. And I'm like, okay. So then, I just waited, and I didn't even open up Instagram. Like, it just like flashed across my screen saying, Ruby Q made an update, and whoop, I hopped onto Etsy. I grabbed what I wanted, and I got the hell out of there before anybody else could get them. Yes. So I did that. I also talked to my demon seed, because like I said, I talked to my sister-in-law, and I was like, and his birthday, so his 40th birthday, it falls on a Tuesday. So I was like, so are you guys going to have a party like the weekend before he turns 40, or like the weekend after, just so I can, let my boss know. And believe me, like, if it changed, my boss is cool. You know what I mean? If I'd be like, hey, I got the, weekends wrong, blah, blah, blah. As long as he wasn't going away, and I think even then at this point, he'd just be like, you know what? They're just going to have to figure it out. But yeah, so then, and so my brother texts me, and he's like, so, what weekend works better for you? And I'm like, you darn son of a biscuit eater. Like, I'm waiting on you to tell me what weekend you're having this party shindig, you know? So, yeah. So I called him up and I talked to him for a little bit, and it was good to talk to my demon seed. Like I told him, I was like, I just need my peoples. I'm like, I just need, you know, like normal, familiar, like, and my brother's like, you think it's normal up here? And I'm like, oh, honey, compared to down here, it's normal. It is normal. It is familiar. Like, it's, yeah, I think I just need that, you know, Pennsylvania fresh air, drive over a couple freaking potholes, you know what I mean? Bang my car up in the damn potholes and be like, you know what? Okay, time to go back to Florida. I don't know, maybe, you know, see some deer jump out across the street, because where I live, there are no deer. So I got to remember that if I'm driving at night, like, look for the beady little eyes, because that's it. Like, you usually see their beady little eyes from your headlights first before you see their actual body. But, you know, after living down here for almost 3 years, I don't look for deer anymore. So, and then, so yeah, you know, I talked to my demon seed, and then I just like diamond painted the rest of the day. And at one point, like, have you ever like stretched and it's like your calf muscle, like it locks and you get this like shooting freaking pain, like where like you feel like you're almost gonna like keel over and die, and you know, and it just won't go away, and you're like shaking your foot, stomping your foot to the best of your ability because it hurts like a cinema-binger. You're like, oh my gosh, no, like, all right, if this is the way I go, this is the way I go. You know, in my obituary, it'll say she was taken out by a muscle spasm in her calf. I know, like, that pain's real and no freaking joke, guys. I am not freaking playing. Oh, yeah, so that happened Saturday. You know, I thought I was dying. And like I said, at one point, I really, truly thought that's the way I was going out. And at that point, if it was going to make the pain stop, I was fine with it, right? I was not arguing. I was like, all right, it's been fun. See you later. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what goes on in my mind. And then, let's see, Sunday, I woke up. It doesn't say what time I woke up, so I know it wasn't too late Sunday. It was probably like around the same time. Like I said, like if I wake up between like, I'd really prefer to wake up maybe like around 10, you know, 11, the latest on a Saturday and Sunday. But like if I wake up at like 11:30, that's fine with me. It's really when I sleep past that I feel like the day's wasted, you know. By the time you get up and start doing stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to go outside. That drill just like flung somewhere, and I have no clue where it's at. So if you see me over here just petting my canvas, you know why. It'll freaking show up, you know, or maybe it just happened to land the right way on the painting. I don't think I would be that lucky, but you know, if it did, it would of course be the wrong symbol, right? Okay, so I woke up and I don't know, I just felt like going out back and sitting out back, and I recorded this hawk and I put it on Instagram. Like, there's times like I'm outside and just the animals and stuff that like I either see in my backyard or like out front. Like there's the lizards are in the back, the lizards are in the front. There was a hawk that showed up that was just like chilling, and this other bird comes down and like bombs its head. I got that in the video. I think there was like some butterflies I think there was like the squirrel that likes to hang out. Yeah, just all kinds of, silly, crazy animals that I've seen living here in Florida from either my backyard or out front of my house. And that was really Sunday. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't even think I diamond painted on Sunday. Like, I think I pulled it out. But I was like, I don't think so. I need something to drink. Hold on. Okay. And then, Monday, woohoo! Don't want to wake up, but I want to get paid, and if I don't get my butt up, nobody's getting paid. So that's usually what motivates me to get up on Monday. And so I go to the bank, and I remembered everything. I didn't mess up any deposit slips or any checks. I was quite proud of myself. And there was literally, there was 3 tellers behind the desk, right? But only one of them was working. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And there's a line, and I'm just like, okay, all right, come on. Let's move it along here, people. I don't know, that just, when I see other employees standing behind there, I'm just like, and why are you not working? Obviously, if they're counting their drawer, you can either tell they're getting ready to leave for lunch or, coming in. I understand that. You got to do what you got to do before you can help somebody. But no, these 2 people, they were just standing there. And I know they work there. I know they work there. I know their tellers there. And, and I'm like, okay, if you guys are on break, go in the break room, because I don't know, when I see that, and you're standing there for 15 minutes, it gets aggravating. And I'm pretty sure, the one teller that was working, she probably in her head was cussing them out. And I don't blame her, because, I cussed them out and said a few choice words in my head myself. And then, like I said, I've just, the thoughts that go in my head here lately, I'm I catch myself, and I'm like, ooh, Naomi, you need to slow your roll. I'm like, you're not usually like that. I'm just, like I said, I just feel like I'm getting negative and mean, and I can't seem to snap out of it. And I think this trip up to Pennsylvania is going to do me good. The laughter with my best friends, and yeah. I know the one, I don't think she'll have a problem with me recording our shenanigans. The other one, I don't think she'll have a problem with me recording. She might not want me to show her face, and that's fine. But yes, I said, and in my memories, it made me laugh. The one that I'm I don't think she's gonna want me to show her face. It was funny. I was still living in Pennsylvania, and she was in Walmart getting something, and she had me on speaker, and I realized, or no, I think she was talking to me, and then she said something well, just, she was I'm gonna put you on speaker, right? Don't ever tell me you're gonna put me on speaker when you were in a store. So what do? I turn around, and I didn't yell it in the phone, but I very loudly said, no, I will not send you pictures of my boobs. I'm only 16, you pervert. She was like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. Now, it was payback, because about, 6 months to a year prior to that, we were in a store, and she told me that the floor was lava, and I had to climb up on stuff. So that was my payback. I'm very good at waiting to get my payback, right? I'm just really mean about it. And she was like, oh my God. Oh my God. She's like, people are now looking at me. She's like, I am bright red. And I was like, I was dying. Like she'll put me on speaker now, but like she'll tell me, she's like, look, she's like, I'm putting you on speaker. She's like, don't say anything. Because, there's times she'll put me on speaker and she'll go up to pay and she'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, and here comes my voice over the phone. Don't let her lie to you. She ain't sorry. She meant to do that. She said you were ugly, right? Like, I'm just, like I said, like, but that's just, I don't know. It's this stuff me and my friends do, you know what I mean? And the cashier, like, you can tell from my tone of voice when I'm saying it that, it's a joke, she's like, I can't put you on speaker anywhere. But, I don't really, like, for the most part, like, obviously, like, if she's somewhere, where it's not, appropriate, but, like, you're in the mall, you're in Walmart, you're in the drive-thru, and you got me coming through the car, oh, honey, I'm going to embarrass you, and I'm talking to that person. I'm talking to that cashier. I'm talking to the voice that's in the little metal box speaking to you. Like, yes, I am. So, yes, oh my gosh. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, my one friend, she's only off on Wednesdays. So, I'm planning it where I think I'm going to leave on a Monday night, which will get me there Tuesday to allow me to sleep. And then I'm going to go hang out with her on a Wednesday because that's literally her only time off. Well, she's off Wednesdays and Sunday, and my brother's having his party Sunday. So that won't work. So I'm going to go spend time with her on Sunday. And then my other best friend, I don't even know her work schedule, but I'm going to go stay at her house for a couple days. I'm still waiting for my sister to call me back. She's being like a little, I don't know, a little butthole. No, she's not. I love her. But no, like usually when I call, she picks up the phone. And I called and left her a message, asking her to give me a call. She hasn't called me back yet. Knowing her, she probably listened to the message, was like, oh, I'll call Nate back later, and probably swear she called me back. But then I do the same thing. Like, I just messaged somebody today, and I was like, I have been meaning to message you for a while now, and every time I remember, it is either really late or it's too early, and I'm like, I'll do it later. And then I forget, and then I'm laying in bed and it's like, oh yeah, shoot, I was supposed to do that today, so that's my life. I don't know. Anybody else have a life like that? Where you're just like, yeah, I got everything done. Let me go to bed. And then all of a sudden, all your thoughts come out, you know what I mean? And they're like, did you do this? And you're like, crap a diddly do. So then, so from the bank, wow, I really got off there. I'm all the way over in left field. So from the bank, I ran to Walmart, to go get my fruit punch rock stars. And I'm big about like returning the shopping carts into, the little the oh my gosh, the cart corral. I don't know why. I just am. And I mean, I get there's some, and since I moved to Florida, I see it a lot more. And I chalk it up to that there is a lot of older people, at least like in the area I live, where, some of them, it might be, too far for them to walk to get okay, I understand that, or whatever. And you can usually tell because like they like put it to the side type, but like this time it was like these kids like were too lazy. They literally left the carts. Like, so if this is like the cart corral, you know, you got the one way that it goes in this way and the other carts that go in this way. And this is like the, you know, the road. The kids left, like, there was like 3-4 carts. Well, it probably wasn't just kids, it was probably adults too, you know what I mean? But just like left them like right in the road. And I'm like, you mother humping son of a biscuit eaters. Like how hard is it to take an extra 2 freaking steps and push it in? Yeah, like I said, like stuff like that where normally like I'd just be like, oh, la, 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 la. Let me just grab them and put it in, you know, and not have 2 thoughts about it. Like, oh, I'm having more than 2 thoughts and I'm judging you. And I'm judging you hardcore. Like, no. Right? So I do that. You know, I stop off, I go look for the mail. There is no mail. I come home. And so last week, my boss got a new truck. Well, the truck that, you know, he was driving was supposed to go to this, you know, other guy. Well, so my boss's old truck was in his personal name, not the company name. It was under his personal insurance, right? So his wife didn't want, you know, this other guy driving, you know, the vehicle, even though like the guy that the truck's going to has like a really good driving record, all that. But I mean, at the same time, I understand. So, you know, my boss is like, okay, well, you know, how much do we owe on this, you know? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I can tell you the total amount of payments that I have paid on it, but I don't have that paperwork. That's in your personal name, and I can't call and get it because I'm not you. Like, yeah, like, I was just getting irritated. And then, you know, yesterday was Tuesday, because, you know, you guys see this Wednesday. I mean, you guys, dear Lord, I can't. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, somebody just come wrap me in bubble wrap, because I'm about ready to be a danger to myself. Also, you know, when you're coming with the bubble wrap, if you happen to see my brain just wandering around, can you tell it to get its behind back home? Because I am missing it. I am missing it hardcore right about now. Oh my gosh. So then yesterday, so anyway, you know, you guys see the video on Thursday. I recorded on Wednesday. So yesterday was Tuesday. And like the phone just wouldn't freaking stop. Like I just, and it was just, I wanted to scream, because it was like I would try to get one thing done, and before I could even get that one thing done, I was getting another phone call. Oh, I need this, and this. Oh, and can you get me this? And I'm just like, you know what? Can you just call me once and I'll just write it all down. Or better yet, just send it over in a long text or in an email, and I will just check it off as I go. Right? Like I wanted to scream. Like it was just, and the stuff wasn't hard. Like it wasn't hard, but it's just like every time you get stopped, you know, like you get stopped and something else gets added. And so it starts to get overwhelming, because you just feel like things just keep piling up on you. And that's kind of where I was at yesterday. And then, you know, Monday when I went to go get the mail, my aunt had told me, you know, that there was something, because there was no mail on last Friday when I went, you know, and then no mail on Monday. And I'm like, there's usually, you know, at least something from the supply yard. So I knocked on my aunt and uncle's bedroom door, and my aunt was like, oh yeah, no, there is something here. And she couldn't remember where it was at, you know, and my uncle's asking her what she's looking for, and she tells him, you know, and I was there for like an hour, and then she was like, you know, well, just, you know, like, I'll find it, you know, and, you know, come over tomorrow. Well, it was the insurance card from our, for like all the trucks and all, because our insurance, and it happens every year, and it drives me crazy. The insurance policy will renew, and they don't send updated insurance cards. Like, I have to call and ask, and they're always like, oh, well, you can just log on to the website. And I'm like, believe me, if it was that easy, I would. But you won't let me. Like, it'll let me view what vehicles are on there. It's got a thing where it says, you know, like, view cards. It won't let me view the cards. It tells me that, you know, the only way it can be done is through the mail. You can actually print out the cards. Nope, can't do that either, because I'm in the state of Florida, that they have to be mailed. Well, okay, that would be fine. I will just go on there, you know, and request the cards every year. Like, you know, you have to. But this is where it gets fun. So our insurance agent is based in Pennsylvania. So what does the insurance company do? They send our insurance card to his office in Pennsylvania, and they have to send it to us. Well, you know, because my boss, you know, wanted to get well, basically he was trading in his vehicle that was in his name to just get another truck that was going in the company's name. So that way, you know, it really makes life a lot easier. But it's a pain in the butt, you know, and it's not just like, oh, okay, you know, you bought a new truck. No, like, I got to get a hold of the accountant, and I got to send him paperwork for him to send me, you know, how to put the general journal entry in. It's a hot freaking mess, you know, and you got to make sure you set it up correctly with the, you know, fixed assets and the liability and I know it sounds like a whole bunch of rubbish and mumbo jumbo, but at the end of the year, it makes life 10 times easier. So yeah, you know, it's just fun. But here, you know, my boss has to show proof of insurance. Now, everything is covered, you know, but there is no company cards, you know, with the new policy date on it, you know. So yeah, that was fun, you know. So I go over there and I get that. And here, when I was there on Monday and my aunt was looking for it, like, my freaking uncle had it the whole freaking time. And I'm like, why? Like, why are you holding on to it? Like, what is the purpose? And it irritates me, because I'm like, how am I supposed to do my job? You know what I mean? Like, if you're holding on to this, like I said, I'm getting mean, and I just need to go away. Like, that's what I need to do. And then that brings us to today. And I more or less just, like, I just played catch up. I found that drill that I was looking for. And I'm glad to say, you know, I got everything caught up. Like I said, none of it was hard. And I mean, it was like a little time consuming, you know, but nothing like major that's going to take all day, you know. But when you got a lot of things that it just, like I said, it just starts to pile up, and you just feel like you're never going to get it done. Well, I'd say for the most part, you know, I'm caught up on everything that I can do. There's other things that I'm waiting on other people, you know, to be able to finish stuff. But other than that, you know, as long as I don't get bombarded with a whole bunch of crap, I should be fine. Fingers crossed. Pray for me. pray for me that I make it to the, end of July to go up to Pennsylvania and not snap in this crazy heat. And that is another thing, y'all. It is hot here. Like, it says, 93. Like, I think today it was like 93, but then the feel like is like 111. I'm like, yeah, no, we're gonna stay inside. And I absolutely love the heat. So when I say it's too hot, like, it's too hot. And that's the funny thing. Like, both my best friends, they love the cold. So when I tell them, it's too hot down here, they're like, what? Are you feeling okay? Like, no, you're the one that it'd be 90 degrees here and you want to go lay on the blacktop because it feels good. I kid you not. I would do that. Like, it would be hot outside and I would like lay on the blacktop because it was warm and it just felt really, really good. So yeah, if I say it's too hot, it is too hot, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. I had a phone call coming through. I will quickly, call them back because I'm almost done here. But the one thing, like, with our lawyer, like, so I cut him a check in May and mailed it out in like the middle of the May, and he's only like 2 towns down from me. He still hasn't gotten it, so I had to cut him another check, void the other check out. And then, I don't know what is up with the freaking, like, Verizon. Last month and this month, I go to log in to pay, like, the company's, the cell phone bills. And, I mean, I have the username and the password and the security question, all that written down, right? And I even, make sure, because you can hit the, like, show, in the password thing to make sure, like, I didn't type it incorrectly or, whatnot. And this month and last month, it did the same thing where I'm typing it incorrectly and it keeps telling me it's incorrect. And I'm like, I'm about ready to lose my shit and these people are not going to freaking get paid. Like, no. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to freaking pay a bill. I'm like, just let me pay the damn bill. I don't know. I think I might talk to my boss and be like, hey, can I just set up like an auto pay where, dear Lord, baby Jesus, I apologize about that. Roscoe moved and not the freaking tripod. There he goes again. Oh my gosh, the end of this is just a hot mess express. But yeah, so I was finally able, to get in and get the phone bill paid. And then there was something else here. So there's this one supply yard that, I mean, we use them, but they don't do drywall. It's like for windowsills, right? And I have asked them before, like, because they send the bills to my boss's email. And then he sends them to me, right? So, like, today they were like, and I just cut them a check last week and mailed it out. So I'm like, well, they should have it, because my boss calls me up and he's like, yeah, they're getting ready to shut us down for non-payment. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I cut them a check last week. Like, we have a zero balance with them. So he sends over this thing and I'm like, yeah, no, that one's paid. That one's paid. So like everything for May is paid. But then there's April's. And I was like, did I, and I'm looking in QuickBooks, and I don't see any of these invoice numbers. And I'm like, did he send them over? Like, and I deleted them somehow. And it's hard to do because, like, usually get like 5 to 10 of them all at once. So I look and no, he never forwarded them over to me. And I've told this company, like, can you CC me in it? If you CC me in it, I guarantee you I'm going to get it. I'm going to enter it. I'm going to know it's going to be due and I will make sure it gets paid. But If you don't CC me in it, I'm at the mercy of him sending them to me. And if he doesn't send them to me, I think everything's A-okay. So yeah, that was freaking fun. But you know what? Enough of me rambling my mouth and biatching over here. I'm going to hop on out of here. If you're new to the channel and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye!